Kurt Cobain Unplugged guitar is going to auction. Oh well, it seems that you are not the only one with economic issues. The guitar will be part of the Music Icons sale at Julian's Auctions, taking place June 19th to 20th in Beverly Hills. The specific model of this guitar is a 1959 Martin D18E, but it also comes with the original hardshell case that Cobain had adorned with a flyer for the band Poison's Idea 1990 album Feel the Darkness, a half-used pack of Martin guitar strings, 3 picks, a sweet stash bag that's decorated with a small silver spoon, fork, and knife. Oh, the price? Well, prepare several welfare checks, because the starting price is $1 million. To those in London, you can see it from May 50th through 31st at the Hard Rock Cafe in Piccadilly Circus before the auction. The guitar was previously owned by Cobain's daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, who reportedly gave it up during her divorce from the musician Isaiah Silva. The famous MTV Unplugged was recorded in November 18th, 1993 at Sony Studios in New York City. Cobain wanted the stage to be decorated like a funeral. It was released on November 1st, 1994. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and sold 310,000 copies, the highest first-week sales of Nirvana's career. By March 1995, the album had outsold in utero with 6.8 million copies sold. This is not the first auction for the band's items. Previously, the baggy olive-green cardigan Cobain wore during the same MTV performance sold for $334,000 at auctions last October. His custom left-handed Fender Mustang guitar used during Nirvana's In Utero tour in 1993 also sold for $340,000. The link to the website in charge of the auction is below in the description. 3 towns without power in Scotland because of a sabotage. In the middle of all this pandemic issue, 800 houses were left without electricity because of this criminal. Yes, round the ball. On Thursday at East Shotton Farm, he had a major butt itch, which caused that he scratched on the most closer thing. But that was an electricity pole. The 4-year-old Ron managed to avoid the box as it landed in his field and escape an 11,000-volt shock from the tumbling cables. It left homes in 3 nearby villages in South Lanarkshire without electricity. This little boy weighs over a ton and is a Limousin bull, which is a French breed of beef cattle from the Limousin and Marche regions of France. The owner apologized on Facebook with a photo of the unusual criminal, which reached more than 10,000 likes. He joked saying that maybe he will rename him Sparky. Also, there are people now stopping by the farm to meet this unusual celebrity. Hurricane season may start earlier this year. Okay, don't panic and breathe. I know. War, forest fires, pandemic, murder hornet, but this is a regular event that happens every year. The 2020 Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. The areas covered include the Atlantic Ocean, Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean Sea. The first hurricane may be Arthur, which is still developing several hundred miles northeast of the Bahamas, and may bring potentially some heavy rains for parts of Florida and the Bahamas. According to the latest check before making this video, the probability lowered from 75% to 60%. Information obtained directly on the site of the National Hurricane Center of the US. Facebook with new avatars and new company. The new avatars from Facebook are suspiciously similar to the Bitmoji from Snapchat. This feature lets you create a mini version of yourself to use in stories, comments, and on Facebook Messenger. The new avatar stickers will also soon be available to use in text posts with backgrounds. They can create their avatars via the sticker tray in the comments section of the news feed post or Messenger. For now, it's only available in Europe. In other news, in a Disney move, Facebook recently just bought the popular GIF hosting platform, GIPHY. The cost of the transaction are unknown, but according to Axios, the amount can reach $400 million. Despite Facebook assurance, there are already privacy-related questions on how Facebook will handle user data. Facebook's record suggests that the company eventually wants all its products to be able to share data with each other. On May 27th, SpaceX will have the final test for their spaceship. The first flight of NASA astronauts from U.S. soil in nearly 9 years finally has a launch date, May 27th. The mission is called the Demo 2 mission. The mission will launch astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley to the International Space Station on a SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft in a final test flight for NASA. Some facts. The Dragon spacecraft is capable of carrying up to 7 passengers to and from Earth orbit and beyond. Have a 8.1 meter height, 4 meters diameter. The capsule have 9.3 cubic meters, and the trunk volume is 37 cubic meters. The suit was designed at SpaceX and are custom-tailored pressurized flame-resistant suit. The helmet is 3D printed and includes hearing protection. For orbital maneuvering, they use Draco thrusters. It needs a launch vehicle that allows the takeoff. In this case, the one used is the Falcon 9 with a height of 70 meters that has 2 stages and 9 motors, 9 Merlin 1C in the first stage and 1 in the second, modified for a space vacuum. And finally, if you are feeling like you can do that, SpaceX launched a simulator that will allow you to manually dock to the ISS. Everybody is saying that is harder than it looks, and even have an Easter egg. Can you find it? While the capsule will dock and undock autonomously from the space station, the pair will have to be ready to take over the controls if necessary. The link to the simulator in the description. Trump's ban to Huawei extended to May 2021. Huawei is the world #1 telecom supplier and #2 phone manufacturer. While the ban doesn't explicitly call out a specific company, it's being used to virtually shut down U.S. operations with Chinese companies like Huawei and CTE. Again, the reason behind this is due to national security concerns about the Chinese firm supplying equipment for network infrastructure. We are here talking about 5G. The most relevant issue is that this decision doesn't allow a U.S. company to work with the mentioned Chinese companies, and the link between Google and Huawei has been broken, leaving Huawei devices without Google services. The company has gotten a series of temporary general licenses from the Commerce Department that have allowed it to still support existing hardware with software updates, but neither Huawei nor the Commerce Department has indicated yet whether another extension of the temporary license will be granted. This is all this week. You can also watch the emissions via YouTube and Instagram channels or listen to the podcast using Spotify, Google Podcasts, or SoundCloud. See you on the next episode. This is Rash for re.brevis.